Hey, what's up guys, it's Q Encoded, and the MF4s is currently one of the cheapest 404s on the market. This means that this review could end in two different ways. Either it's the best budget 404 on the market and I recommend it, or it's not the best budget 404 on the market and I tell you to get the Guansu. So which is it? Let's find out. The MF4s comes in just around $9, placing it comfortably in the budget range. It measures 62mm, which may be a bit big to people coming from Mini Aosu or Yushin Blue, but I generally use 62mm 404s in the past, so I was right at home. Lastly, it has Moe stickers which look nice and are basically invincible, if not a bit thick. When I first got this cube, I was really curious if it could outperform the YG Guansu, which by the way is my favorite 404 of all time. Unfortunately, it didn't really come close to the Guansu, and here's why. So first off, you want a feel that suits you. I prefer using light and smooth cubes, and that's why the Guansu fits me so well. It was like the sole embodiment of these traits. The MF4 on the other hand is basically the opposite of that. It's really quite heavy, especially for its price, and has a bumpy and crunchy feel that reminded me of the YJ Yusu R. So the feel just didn't fit me, but how's the performance? Well, it left a lot to be desired. The MF4 is by no means a bad performer, and I could still manage to get reasonable times with it. I'm just saying that it's really not that good. Starting off with its good traits, its outer layers are pretty fast. The inner layers are slightly less so, but in terms of sheer speed, the MF4s gives a reasonable fight. It's also fairly controllable, and the mix of speed and controllability makes the MF4 quite a compelling option. But the cons completely counteract its pros. The cube is very unstable, causing lockups, and forces me to turn very light in fear of pops, which by the way, do happen if you have a very rough turning style. The middle slices are also fairly disappointing, for they are considerably slower than the other layers, and sometimes the cube will just catch, making them very hard to turn. Because of the weak middle slices on this cube, I had to resort to double turn slices when doing my parity algorithms, which are considerably slower. But these flaws are nothing compared to its huge catching problem. Every 3 to 7 turns, you would get this tiny catch that slows you down around a half second, and these add up to making my times around 8 seconds slower than if I were using my Guansu, which by the way doesn't have these catching problems. These catches must come from somewhere, and it was immediately obvious to me that it was coming from the reverse corner cutting, or lack thereof. Now, the normal corner cutting is actually pretty decent going at more than one piece, but the reverse is simply atrocious. It can't go more than a quarter of a piece, and that is a major flaw. Here's an example of how the lack of reverse corner cutting causes a catch. So if I slow down my turning, you can see that when I miss a line and I need to reverse corner cut to continue my turn, it causes a catch. If the reverse corner cutting were good, it would let me go on with my turn without a problem, but because it isn't, it causes a catch. So now, I think you can guess whether I recommend this cube or not. Lightly put, I do not think that this cube is the best option when buying a 404 in any situation. It may sound that I really don't like this cube, but I honestly think it's not bad. It really does perform well for its price, and some people will like its feel. It's just that there's no really good reason to buy it. If you want the best 404 possible, then get the Wukyu or the Yushin Blue or even the Aosu. If you want the best budget 404, then get the Guansu or the Kung Fu King thing. But overall, I was a little bit disappointed with the MF4s, and I am going to give it a C. Anyways guys, that's all for this review, and I'll see you guys in the next one.